Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show. It's Tuesday. You probably knew that. Tuesday's the day. Nutrients and inoculants. And this is what we've been working with. Nectar for the gods. Went through the chart. So we started off with the philosophy, how much you use of each of the different nutrients, why you use that much, how you figured it out for yourself. Then we went through how to actually mix them up, how to do the pH test. Then we got down to the notes. pH is critical, start with good soil, when in doubt, flush it out. And those seemed a little more complicated, so we actually had one of the founders of the company, Scott Ostrander, came in and explained the whole thing to us, showed us how to do a slurry test. It was awesome. I think we're pretty lined out. We're pretty set. We just need to, practice, use these, get used to them. But the next step, that's what I asked Scott. I said, what's the next step in the thing? And he said, well, microbials. You need to start working on getting microbial life in your soil. And this will work with just what you got going there. You don't have to use anything more than this. But having that rich microbial life in your soil is very important to, improving the thing and getting a bigger harvest. So we said, doing teas, instant teas, brewing some teas, microbes in the bottle, that kind of thing. All that sort of stuff. And so I said, okay, that sounds a little complicated too. Where do we start? I said, this SLF-100. This is where you start. It's a peas and carrots kind of situation. This just works real well with this. All these other things, great, but this is just seems like it really works better, and I can't really describe it as well as he can. So what I did is I went out and interviewed him. Went out and interviewed Scott. Went out to the Nectar headquarters there, and I'm going to show you that. So watch that interview. When you get done watching that, we'll mix some stuff up. We'll show you how it actually works hands-on. Watch the interview. Okay, so we're here with Scott. Now, we did the Spartan Regimen, and we went through all the different things, the mixing it up, the flushing, the slurry test, and all that. And when we got done, we started talking about what's next, as far as adding to the line if you want to add more beneficial type things to it. And you said that SLF was probably the first thing that you would add in. Why is that the case?
Well, it's a microbial product, which we really like all. Diverse microbes and all the bottled products that are coming down the pipe in this industry. SLF kind of filled that void of this enzyme that was needed in our product line, but more importantly, we're adding this life force into the soil in the root zone. The benefit for us is we found that a lot of the bacillus strains that he's working with are calcium consumers. Being that our product works off the calcium molecule, what we really needed was an additional microbe that is kind of going into focus on the destruction of that calcium molecule.
Okay, so it's as good as any microbial on some level. It's microbial life in your soil, but it's specific to calcium that it goes after that more so, and so it breaks that down, makes it more usable?
Well, and I wouldn't even say it's specific to calcium, other than in our line, that's what we notice the most, is that it's going after that, it's breaking those bonds. And see, when we're feeding our product line into the root zone, what's happening is this free roaming calcium molecule that's not bonded to anything that's going in, what gets absorbed to the plant's immediate, so the plant can get our calcium. What the plant doesn't access right at the time of watering, that will adhere to the medium and create bonds with stuff like the cocoa fiber, minerals, elements that are internally. Then those microbes in the SLF will go and start breaking that calcium molecule down, and in turn it digests whatever it's bonded to. When that gets digested, it becomes food back for the plant to consume or absorb.
So the excess calcium that the plant couldn't consume at that time, it gets bonded into the plant. There's the media there. This breaks that back up again so that you can get that back into the plant.
It goes back into slow organics, basically. So when you put in all those meals in the soil, you need microbes to break those meals down to make them available to the plant. This same thing is happening. We're putting this liquid calcium in. Plant's taking what it needs at the time. What it doesn't need will bond in the medium. That's how we chelate magnesium. That's how we get more potassium. We're pulling from the medium because of that calcium bond. But you need the microbes to break that down. So that's the nice thing about SLF, is it likes the calcium in the bone meal. It loves the protein that we put in, which is the gums. That's a protein. That's the emulsifier that makes it thick. So all of those things are things that SLF wants to digest.
Okay, so it's good stuff. We know how it works now. In practice, how would we use that as part of our Spartan regimen?
Boy, it depends on your wallet. If you are a budgeting grower, I would say, when we recommend a feed, compost tea, feed, Herculean flush, I would be incorporating it minimally in the tea day or the compost day and the flush day.
Okay.
So 2 out of the 6.
Okay.
I personally run it alongside of everything every time. So every time I'm feeding, I add the SLF in. So I'm always adding in this microbe with my teas.
Okay.
So my feeds.
You can't go wrong from doing it every time. But if you can't do it every time, your tea and your flush are
use it as your microbe compost tea day.
On your microbe. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. Okay, so now you know why to use it. You know when to use it. You need to know how to use it. How to use the SLF-100. That's what we're going to do now. We're doing the Spartan Regimen here, mixing up our nutrients, just a regular mix up, and then we're going to just pour it in. Now, it's important, though, that you know that you pour it in after, because the nectar for the God's line is made with a pretty low pH sitting in the bottle so that it's stable for shipping and for sitting on the shelf there so that it doesn't, start percolating. But once you get the stuff in here and get your Olympus up in there, it brings the pH up to a level that's far more hospitable for your microbial life. So you mix up all your nutrients there just like we did before, and then you check your pH. Let's see here, what do we got? 6.4, 6.3, 6.2, 6.1, 6.58. Looks like we're pretty steady at 5.8 there. All right, so now we're going to take our Olympus up, put a little bit of that in there to bring us up to, we want to be about 6.4, 6.5, somewhere in there. So mix that in and give it a good mix. And keep mixing as we're watching our levels. 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. Looks like it's pretty steady at 6.5 there. Well, 6.6 now. It's 6.6, that's good enough. So now we got that. Now, take our SLF, give it a little shake. Not a bad idea to shake it up. And just pour a little in the old thing there. Mix it in. Give it a good mix. Matilda's here as our model. She looks pretty thirsty. So we're going to take that. We're just going to pour it in. That's all there is to it. That's how you use SLF-100. So give that a try. Next week we'll move on to some new and bigger things. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching the show. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. For more information about anything on today's show, go to our website, OCGFAM.com. The OCGFAM Show, it's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM Show. See you tomorrow.